Welcome everyone to this session of SIA Tetso Web Talk. I am Jit Hazarika from Tetso College, Nagaland. On behalf of the Society of International Affairs, SIA Tetso, and the Institute for World Affairs and Security, IWAS, I welcome all of you to this web talk. We have amongst us today the speaker, Mr. Farhad Ali Barakat, who shall be speaking
Sir Jitavarship.
on this important topic, Ezidis or Yezidis of Iraq through conflict and persecution, a historical perspective. We are joined by faculty, students, and other members of Tetso. We also have uh, Mr. Jyoti Pradhan from IWAS, and I welcome everyone for taking your time out and to be with us today for this session. I will quickly go to the program and I will highlight the structure of today's program. We shall first start with a brief introduction of the speaker, Mr. Farhad. I shall do this part. Then after that, we will have the presentation by the speaker, and this will be followed by comments and questions from the participants, including me. And lastly, we shall have the thanking note. So I'll just jump into the introduction for the speaker today. Farhad Ali Barakat. He is from Sinjar. He is an Ezidis activist and a co-founder of two non-governmental organizations in Sinjar. The organizations are Progress in Peace and Snabel Future organization. He serves as the area coordinator for Progress in Peace organization in Sinjar. Mr. Farhad is a graduate from the translation department of the College of Kurdish, Arabic, English, and French languages at the University of Duhok, Kurdistan, Iraq. So I would like to give a brief introduction to the organization that Mr. Farhad has been managing or handling. Firstly, Progress in Peace. It started in 2018 when a group of around 50 peace leaders from different countries around the world came for a peace building camp for 1 week in the city of Duhok, Iraq. Then they were joined by another 50 people from Iraq in the camp from different backgrounds and religions. After this camp, many found it very valuable to keep the same idea, principles, and values that they learned in the camp. So they wanted to continue this and then increase the impact. Therefore, on August 15th, 2020, a group of 6 individuals, a core group representing different ethnic, religious, and gender identities from the region, they founded Progress in Peace, which is an NGO focused on developmental and relief work. The NGO is based in Sinjar area and registered in Baghdad. They support the peace building sector, education, protection, and small business projects. So their goal is to help Sinjar community to stand against all adversities and flourish. In October 2022, this year, Progress in Peace received a certificate of appreciation from the U.S. Government's U.S. aid for their invaluable support in implementing the improved government citizens engagement through transparency mechanisms. So their core statement remains love, peace, hope, and joy. So this organization aspires to help the community in Sinjar in various ways, which includes education and literacy, rebuilding schools and training teachers, help families with small funds to restore their house and start small businesses. They also provide different protection principles and safeguarding policies in the community. They help in empowerment of women and their role in peace building processes. Through education programs and peace building sessions or camps, they also impart awareness. Decision 1325, and how it can be activated in Iraq. That is also one of the key areas. They also train women and men for gender-based violence, which is an important area, and they empower women activists and as well as the youth in various different areas of peace building and empowerment. They also involve different stakeholders from the community, including religious leaders in peace conversations and processes of peacemaking. So largely to put it across to the audience today, and I'm sure many of us are new to this region and the issues and challenges which the people of this region face. So just to give them an idea that, the Ezidi community is a minority community, and especially from the region where Mr. Farhad is from, Sinjar, it came under attack from the Islamic State, the ISIS, and there has been various oppression, various forms of oppression, as well as physical violence on the community under the Islamic State. And within this context, Mr. Farhad and his organization has been functioning, and we would like to hear more from Mr. Farhad, and then the concerns he wants to bring to us, and also the different steps that he and his organization has taken to ensure peace in the region. So, Mr. Farhad, I welcome you to deliver your presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for IWAS, and thank you so much for Tetso College as well. I am so glad that I'm able to talk a little bit about my people and about the sufferings that my people had been through. So yes, just like all the information you said that were about the Ezidi people, and also I have some of like additional information about the Ezidi people and about the last genocide that was happened to the Ezidi people. But I also need like to share my screen if it's that possible. You can just like make me a host, Mr. Judd.
Yeah, Jeet, could you just allow Mr. Farhad to share his slides?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
You should be able to do it now.
Yes, that's great. Can you see my screen, Mr. Jude?
Not yet. Yeah, we can see now. Yeah.
Yes, that's great. So I will just talk about the Yezidi history right now and about the genocide that the Yezidi people have been through during the history. And then I will be talking about the specific genocide that was committed by Islamic State in Iraq and Levant, so that there will be an information to all of you. So as Yazidi, we are also known in our community as Ezidi. So Yazidi, after the genocide that was happened to the Yazidi people in 2014, Yazidi people, like as a Yazidi term, was used for the international community, for the international like reports and other things. That's why we have used like as Yazidi for it. And also here with us, we have Ezidi. What does Ezidi mean? Ezidi, so it's from two parts, which is Azdai, which is the meaning of the one who created me, with which we mean God. So we give the respect to God that He created Himself, and also as Ezidi, we like consider that as Yazidi, we say that we are the one who God created us. That's why we say Ezidi, so which is like Yazidi in the international community, they use it. So this is one. So this is Lalish Temple. Maybe you've heard about it. So Lalish Temple is the holiest place or the holiest temple with the Yazidi people. So this is like one of the pictures or photos of Lalish Temple, which goes back to 19th century. 19th century, and also it's located in Iraq, northern Iraq, at Sheikhans district, which is near to Duhok provinces. And also, like us,
Farhad?
Yazid, yes,
Sorry. Could you maximize the screen by clicking on the hourglass, that small cup on the bottom right of the screen
this
of your
one,
screen? No, go down. Yeah, yeah, to the right.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Then
that's
you'll
great.
see a bigger screen.
Yes, that's great. So can you see my screen right now,
No,
Mr.
can you
Gucci?
click on it once? This one, the presentation button. Yeah.
Yes. Can you see
No.
that right now?
Yeah, we can see, but we can see it only like inside the windows of PPT. Can you just go to otherwise? You see the magnification glass at the bottom right? Yeah, yeah,
Here?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, just click on it once.
Yes.
Okay. Jeet, can you see the full screen or is it still the?
No, it's the same, not the full screen.
Okay.
Like with me is the full screen.
Okay.
Yes. That's why I thought that it's okay. So I
Okay.
will just like try to use others. How about now?
I
No,
think
it
we
is,
can
it
leave
is
it
the same.
otherwise. Yeah, it's good enough. We can watch this one.
Okay, okay, that's great. I would just like try to make clear everything so that you can understand everything which is in the presentation. Can you hear me, Mr. Tutor, right now?
Mr. Farhad, you can continue. I think it is quite clear
Oh,
now. Yes.
okay, that's great. So as for Yazidi origins in Iraq, so we have living with other religions and other members in this country, which is Iraq. So as you will be seen as for Arabs, so this is like the place of areas that Arab people live, which is the green one. And also for Kurds, which are like most of them they're living in Kurdistan region. So the Kurds are in this place. These are the Kurds that are living in these places. We have Turkmen, so both of them are Shia Muslims. Like the majority of them Muslim, but we have Sunni and Shia Muslim. So these are Shia Muslims, and including Shia Muslim, there are Arabs, Kurds, and Turkmen. So these are for Shia Muslim. Also, we have for Sunni Muslims, which are also again Arabs, Kurds, and Turkmen, and like these are all of them are Sunnah. However, we have Christians or the place of Christianity in this place, which are a low number of Christians are living right now in Iraq. Also, we have some other minorities like Mandaean and Sabinism, which is like Christian of June, the Babism, like the rate of their population, which is 0.05%. Also, like this, like which is like the rate of the Kakayan, Yarsayan, and Yezidis. These are the other minorities that are living in these places. So these are the Sinjar city. These are some other places which are near to Mosul. Then we have in Kirkuk and some other places in Sulaimania, which are some of other minorities, and Yazidis are living in these places. So as for religion, as we think that like the calendar of Yazidi people or Yazidi religion is 6,770. So as Yazidi people has some links or like main links to ancient Mesopotamian religions as well as influences from the many other ancient cultures. So we believe in Mesopotamian religions that were created in Mesopotamian in like the places that alongside with other religions in Mesopotamia. Also, like as Yazidism has like some pre-Zoroastrian Iranian origin, but also includes elements of ancient nature worship and influences from Sumerian religion. So we believe in like Sumerian, and we think that like we are somehow close to their like history and to their tradition that they were used to doing at the past. And like also Yezidis are monotheists, like we believe in God and who created the universe and entrusted in it into the care of seven holy beings. and the super being of 7 is Tausi Malak. So as Tausi Malak, we like call him, and we believe it is like the superman of 7 angels, and like it has, I mean, Tausi Malak has like big importance and a big respect and a big belief from the Yazidi people, which is like one of the most important characteristics in Yazidi religion. So as for Yezidis, maybe some of you will ask about who are Yezidis. We have no idea about the Yazidi people. So Yezidism, or the Yazidi religion, is one of the ancient Middle East religions. So in Middle East there are many religions, but as for Yezidis, we consider ourselves as one of the ancient like religions in Middle East, because like our history goes back like 6,000 years ago. That's why we think that there are not many other religions that they have such history and such like the things that were happened during this time. There are like some common elements between Yazidism and Zoroastrianism, also Mithraism and ancient Mesopotamian religions such as Sumerian and Babylonian religions. So we think that some of the Yazidi people like have been using some of the tradition that Mithraism and Sumerian and Babylonian religions they were doing. Like also right now we have been using some of the tradition at Lalish temple, which I said that the holiest place of the holiest temple with the Yazidi people. There were not that reformation from the Yazidi people or Yazidi religion, but the last reformation in Yazidi religion came from Sheikh Adi. So Sheikh Adi is also one of the most important characteristics in the Yazidi religion, who came from Lebanon, so from a village that was called Balabag. Sheikh Adi was born around like 1070s, and also he buried in a Yazidi holiest place, which is Lalish. So that's a little bit about reformation from the Yazidi religion, that he came and he just organized, he managed, and also he divided Yazidi people into 3 castes, so that to be organized, so that not to be like that how normal or that how randomly. Like also about like the nature of worship or worship of nature. The Yazidi faith is the belief in the oneness with nature. So we believe in nature. That was one of the important aspects that we have with the Yazidi people. That we we have like a great belief in the nature. Also, as Yazidi religion, we worship the sun. So for 2 or 3 times each day, and also we face to the sun. And what does sun means with the Yazidi people? So the sun with the Yazidi people represent the source of energy or ultimate truth. That we say that as long as there is something like sun, there might be like someone or something that behind the sun. So that's why we give a great importance to the sun. It's also like sacred and seen as the emanation of God, as I say that right now. And also we give the like a great importance to the fire as well. So we like with us as fire is very holy, and like we give it a great importance, because even in Lalish or at Lalish temple, we fire like the candles for 336 like candle inside Lalish temple. We give the importance to it because of the days of the year. So because the days of the year, which are 335 or 36, that's why we give to each of the day like a candle to it, so that to be great importance for it. So we have like many feasts or many eats in our religion.
Farhad,
Yes,
sorry,
bro.
breaking you. Jeet, are the slides changing for you?
No, they are not.
So Farhad, we are all seeing only slide number 2, the map of Iraq.
Oh, 1 minute. I am sorry. I don't know why. Can you see right now?
Yes, right now we can see the slide on religion, Yazidism, 677.
That's why I thought that would be a problem. That's why I didn't at the beginning. I didn't like click it on this one, which is like like the slideshow. That's why I thought that would be something like that. So like that was some of the important, like I was just like reading and giving some additional like information about the Yazidi people, and I hope it was clear for you. And also, as I said that, so we have Sarsal. Can you right now see the Sarsal?
Yes, we can.
The Sarsal slide?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, that's great. So Sarsal, as I said that we have many feasts or eats in our religion, but as Sarsal, which is the Yazidi New Year, like it is the most important like feast with the Yazidi people. That's why we give it a great importance for it. Like it's been done in all the Yazidi houses and in everybody, like in everywhere that Yazidi people live there. But mostly the Yazidi people do it at Lalish Temple. So at Lalish Temple, like thousands of Yazidi people throughout the world, they visit Lalish and they celebrated at Lalish Temple. So what does Sarsal mean? So Sarsal, which is takes place on the second Wednesday of April each year. So in each year, at the second Wednesday of April will be the Yazidi Sarsal. And also like in our like in our calendar, in the Yazidi calendar, we think that like the next feast or next sarsal will be like the number 6770, as like this feast has been done in the Yazidi community or the Yazidi religion. That's why it's something that we give it a great importance. And also in this month, like in April, like we as Yazidi people, we don't get married, we give it an important, like we call it as the month of Tawisi Malak, which is the like supreme of the seven angels. That's why Yazidi people in this month, they don't get married. Like this is like the specific one. And then like on March, in March and in May and other, the rest of the months is something is normal. But in this month, Yazidi people, they don't get married, which is like for your information, maybe you have not heard about it. So as the Yazidi history, I think like Yazidi people have been struggling for the existence for more than 6,000 years. Like since the Yazidi religion were born, and until this time, Yazidi people have been like through in many genocides and many persecution, like by neighbors, by others. That's why I will just talk about some of the genocides that were happening to the Yazidi people and how they were, like how, like so that we have that idea that that was happened in 2014 was not the first time. So that everybody knows that about like the rest of the genocide that were happened to the Yazidi people. And we think that as we like as the nations, I mean the ancients of us, like tell us Yazidi peoples have been faced more than 74 genocides during the history. So I will just talk about some of them so that you have the idea about it. So in one like in 18 like in 1805 until 1820, like the Ottoman Empire, maybe you know, I am sure that you know that they were trying to kill everyone who is not with them, and also they were trying to like kill the minorities, and like they have the history, the bad history with the Yazidi people. So at that time, like Ottoman governor of Mosul, so Mosul also is the second largest province in Iraq. At that time, he was Muhammad Pasha Al Jalil, like he was at that time the governor of Mosul province. At that time, they were not provinces; they were just like how can I say like states at that time. So like in 108 in 100 1805, they made like a series of military campaigns against the Yazidi people. Like they were trying to like convert, and they were trying to kill the rest of the Yazidis. But at these places, I mean at this time, they tried many times, and in in 1807, so they made a series of military campaigns against the Yazidi. Where did it happen? It happened in Sinjar and Sheikhan. So Sinjar and Sheikhan, they are two places of Yazidi people, which are the main two places of Yazidi people in Iraq. And also they are on the border of Kurdistan region and Iraq. And many times both of the governments have been fighting and they have been in conflict and also in disputes about these two places, because this government says that it's like a part of us, and the other they say that they are speaking Kurdish, they are part of us. So like during the history, as Yazidi people, we have been the victim of both of the government. So that like that, those series of military, like those campaigns were happening in Sheikhan and Sinjar, like at that time by Muhammad Pasha al Jalil. So it lasted for almost 15 years, and they were trying to remove everything. They were trying, so for 15 years, if you are controlling a place, you will try to destroy everything. You will try to like take over to everything. So like what did they do? So they burned like tens of Yezidis villages in Sinjar. So Yazidi peoples at that time, they were like living in tents. So as Muhammad Pasha al-Jalil, he came with his military, and they burning the tents of the Yazidi people, because they were poor and they were the minorities in Iraq. So that's like they were the authority at that time. So they came and they killed them. At that time, they killed like thousands of women, like also including kidnapping women, and also using them as slaves, and like the things that they happened, like they did in 2014.
Oh,
The other Yes, the other campaign was committed by Muhammad Pasha al-Rawandozi. So as Muhammad Pasha al-Rawandozi also was a terrorist against the Yazidi people, and he wanted to remove the Yazidi religion from Iraq and from other places. So he also started with a military campaign in Sheikhan. So Sheikhan is located on, it's near to Mosul, like near to Kurdistan region, almost like for 40 kilometers, something like that. So as Muhammad Pasha al-Rawandozi, he massacred more than some of, how can I say, from 10,000 until 15,000 of Yazidi people at that time. And also he kidnapped thousands of women and children. As children, they were training them for the fights and for the troubles. How can I say, fight and troubles at that time, so that they can fight the Yazidi people. Also at that time, they were trying to convert the Yazidi religion. So if someone is convinced that he will be converting his religion, after he was converted, they will kill him. And if he refuses, then he definitely would be killed. So that was another campaign against the Yazidi people by Muhammad Pasha al-Rawandozi. Also, the Ottoman Empire were continuing of removing and killing the Yazidi people at that time. This time was by General Hafiz al-Pasha. How can I say, this is the largest known military campaign against the Yazidi. So they were trying to kill everyone, with children, and with taking women, and also with destroying the Yazidi shrines and temples. So in Sinjar mountain and other places, he killed, his campaign, they killed more than 100,050 and to 200,000 of Yazidi people only in this year. That they wanted to remove the history of the Yazidism, so that they cannot say anything to the others and international community. He also, the campaign, they abducted thousands of Yazidi women, and also, as I said, that they destructed Yazidi temples in Sinjar and other places in Sheikhan. They burned their houses, they looted the Yazidi village, which if someone at that time had something like some sheep and some of his like things that they were feeding their family, they came and they looted everything. Also, again, like what was happening to the Yazidi people, they were trying to convert the religion of the Yazidi and then to convert them to Islam. That was another thing that was happened. Also, this is another like campaign against the Yazidi people was by Omar Wahbi al Pasha. At that time, like he also wanted to remove the Yazidi religion. At that time, he wanted to do something different, which is he arrested the leaders of the Yazidi community. Us at that time, Yazidi leaders, they were fighting for their community. So this one, like the Omar Wahbi al Hafiz or Omar Wahbi al Pasha, he wanted to arrest the Yazidi community leaders so that they can control to everyone. And also, like we have them conscripted the Ottoman army, like to be like on the first or front lines of the war, and or like if they were going to another place for fighting. Yazidi places of worship, like they turned into Islam religious institutions. So the place that, like for example, if I have a shrine or a temple right now, if they came and they make it as a mosque or something like that, so that they cannot like how can I say, like participate or share their religious tradition and religious like things that they have in their religion. Again, they forced conversion of thousands of Yezidis to Islam, as they wanted to like make increase the number of Islam at that time. As I said, that whomever who like who refused to convert his religion, he was killed. Like after that, so there was another genocide about from the Iraqi army forces attack at the time. It was happened in 1935. So it was like a big attack like by Iraqi army at that time. So that was before Saddam Hussein. So they they conquested of the Sinjar region, and also the imprisonment of hundreds of Yazidi men. So at that time they were living in mountains, so they were going and bringing them and putting them like in prisons. At that time also there were leaders and they were doing something great for their community. So as for that Iraqi army forces, they executed hundreds of Yazidi leaders. Also, they distracted Yazidi village so that who is not able to come back and lives at his village. Also, Saddam Hussein, which was the president of Iraq, he also like he tried to Arabize the Yazidi places and Yazidi villages. So he evacuated the Yazidi village so that the Yazidi village they were located near to the mountain. So Saddam Hussein wanted, or he realized that if they were together in these places, then they will be able to do something to us. That's why he evacuated the village from the Yezidis. And also he was trying to putting Arabs, which are the enemy of the Yezidis, like to be neighbors of the Yazidi people, so that they cannot do anything, so that they can't to be like observed by them. Like also he was trying to confiscate the Yazidi arms, and like and at that time also he made like 63 Yazidi villages with the lands of confiscated. And at that time the total destruction of Yazidi farms and productive lands. So he was trying to like take over everything that the Yazidi people have, so that to be able to control on the Yazidi people, and that Yazidi people are not able to do anything. Before the last genocide that was happened to the Yazidi people, like Al-Qaeda terrorists, they tried to remove the Yazidi people in two of the biggest complexes in Sinjar. So Al-Qaeda, like they brought two cars of TNT, and they wanted to attack Tel Ezer and Siba Sheikh. So Tel Ezer is a sub-district, and Siba Sheikh, which is like a complex, but like it's a big complex. So after like the Yazidi people were trying to they were trying to like, so that was happened around 7 or 6 p.m. At that time, all the Yazidi people in these two places, in these two towns, they were trying to buy and sell the other things like in the main market or in the main bazaar. They came and they bombed themselves, bombed the two cars in these two towns, and they killed more than 600 Yazidi people at that time. Also, more than 1,800 at the time they were injured and wounded. And also, like the two villages were completely and literally they were distracted, and they were like completely collapsed and like destroyed, because the two that like the rate of the two truck full of TNT was so high. That's why they distracted everything of the two villages. That was like most of the genocide during the history that Yazidi people have been faced. So now I will be talking about a little bit about the Yazidi genocide that was happened by the Islamic State in Iraq and Levant, so that you have that idea what has happened to the Yazidi people at that time. So the number of the Yezidis in Iraq before the 2014, before the ISIS had attacked the Yazidi people, it was like almost like 500,000 and 50,000 of the Yazidi people were living in this place in Sinjar city and the places surrounding of Sinjar city. And so ISIS genocide campaign was happened on the 3rd of August 2014. After the like Nineveh province was the largest second largest province in Iraq, that was like attacked by ISIS, and all the Iraqi army were withdrawn from Mosul, so they were able to block out the Sinjar city, which is a small sub-district. That's why they were able to reach to Sinjar city on the 3rd of August 2014. At that time, there were many things happened at that time. So I will be talking a little bit about some of the numbers, the statistics that we have about the Yazidi people. So at that time, almost 400,000 of Yazidi were displaced to Kurdistan region, including my family. So we went to Syrian border, and from like on our foot, we went to Syrian border, and then like we wanted to go to a place that is somehow is safer than Sinjar city. So we went to Kurdistan region. So I was like 400,000, including my family, my relatives, were like displaced from Sinjar city. So these are some of the statistics that we have and what the ISIS did to the Yazidi people. So some of the Yazidi people were trying to protect the Sinjar city, and also whomever was not able to like escape from Sinjar city, like including all of them, more than 5,200 Yazidi people only on the first day, they were killed by ISIS. So they came and they killed whomever was not with them, even though some of the Yazidi people were converted like forcibly into Islam, and then they were killed by them because they think that we are unbelievers and we are infidels, that we don't have God. Like mostly, like in general, 5,200 were killed, but like in the two first day, 1,293 were killed in the two first days. Like at that time, because most of the males were trying to fight against ISIS, so that's why most of the males or most of the men were killed. And that's why numbers of the children that lost their fathers in fighting against ISIS is 1,050 of children right now. They are without fathers. They are orphans from fathers. And also like the mothers and the women who were not able to escape from their towns, they were kidnapped by ISIS, and they have been using as slaves right now with the ISIS, and with like the places that we don't know where are, is 407 children right now, they are without mother. Also, the children that they lost both of their parents is 359 of the children right now. They are without parents, that they don't have their parents. Their parents were killed, either were killed or they are still missing with ISIS. Also, ISIS, they came and they wanted to massacre the Yazidi people. So the number of mass graves right now in Sinjar, it's 84 mass graves of Yazidi bodies. So they were gathering the Yazidi people and they were like killing them and putting them in like in a valley or something like that. They were bury them when like they were bury them with their things that they had. Also, as I said, that they were coming and trying to destroy the Yazidi temple. So they destroyed more than 68 temples in Sinjar and the other places that they were able to reach it. Also, like during that, Yazidi people were not able and they didn't know anything about their future. So more than 100,000 of Yazidis were migrated. So they have been migrated, because even right now, some of the Yazidi people, they are trying to go to Turkey and then to Greece, and then they are trying to get to Europe so that they can have a better life from Iraq. The number of the Yazidi people who were abducted, it was 6,417 of Yazidi people were abducted by ISIS. Some of them were able to released from the ISIS captivity, which is the number which is 3,530 of Yazidi people who were abducted. They were able to release or be fled from the ISIS captivity. So far, there are more 2,887 of Yazidi people, women, children, and girls. They are still in the captivity of ISIS. Like for us, for Yazidi people, we don't have that idea where are they living or where are they staying right now. But as we know that they are missing, like despite the caliphate of ISIS has been finished like for 2 years, but still like the fate of these Yezidis is unknown, and no one knows that where they are staying. This is one of the Yazidi IDP camps. They are staying in Kurdistan region. So for me and my family, I lived in the IDP camps for 3 years in Kurdistan region. And after I saw that like the situation of Sinjar is somehow getting better, I, with my family, with like some other families, we wanted to return to our city Sinjar because we thought that it's like somehow better than to live at a 10, which is like we don't know where or when it will be burned by an electronic like short or something like that. So also, like there are some of the camps or IDP camps that in Kurdistan region that are full, like all of them, not all of them, but I can say like 80% of them, they are Yezidis. So they have Berseve 1 or Berseve 2. So Berseve 1, it has 340 Yazidi families, and also Berseve 2 has 1,192 families. Also, we have Darkari IDP camps, which has 723 families. Also, we have Chamushko. Maybe Jyoti knows that because I've been updating and tweeting on Twitter about the name of the camps. So maybe he will realize that. So we have Kabartu 1 and Kabartu 2. So both of them, each one of them they are separate camps in Kurdistan region. So in this three, so in Chamushko, Kabartu 1, Kabartu 2, there are some Muslims also from Sinjar. They are living together with the Yazidi people. So Bajid Kandala camp and 1 and 2. So this camp was built for the Syrian refugee, but as the genocide was happening, so like it was not prepared yet. But the Yazidi people, they wanted to have like a shelter so that they can live a little how from to be away from the ISIS attack. So the Yazidi people right now they are living more than 3,033 families in these 2 camps. We have Khanke also. This is all of the Khanke camp. All of them, they are Yezidis. The number of the families is 2,865. Also Qadia, most of the Qadia families also are Muslims. The number of the families are 2,616. Mamilyan, so Mamilyan is somehow far from Duhok, which is near to Erbil. So not a big number of Yezidis right now, they are living in that place. So the number is 192 of the families are living there. Dawoodiya also, most of them they are Yezidis, 626, and also Asia. So the Asia, I was living in this camp. So Asian camp, it's near to Sheikhan district, which is the other place of the Yazidi people. So more than 2,751 families they were living there. But as for all of the numbers right now have been changed because some of the families have been returned to Sinjar, and with the Sheikhan camp and also with the Sharia. So these are like the numbers of the this is like the one of the pictures of IDPs camps in Kurdistan region. So right now the internal displaced or the IDP camps or the IDP the Yezidis who are living in IDP camps is 32,662 Yazidi families have been living in IDP camps so far until this day. And also some of them they have been returned to Sinjar, and because I have been tweeting on Twitter about their return to Sinjar city, so the number of families or people that have returned to Sinjar is about or almost 110,000 of Yazidis have been returned to Sinjar, as Sinjar is not that like a place of a good it's not that a good place for living. That's why they think that if stay in IDP camps, it's much somehow better for them, because Sinjar right now it's been faced many bad things or many threats by the Turkish army, by Iran, and by other sides. So I will be talking about some of them. So this is one of the Yazidi villages, and that before the ISIS had attacked the Sinjar, most of the Yazidi villages were built from mud that were not concreted. That's why the life for the Yazidi people was very simple, and they have never hurt anyone, and also they just wanted to live peacefully. Right now, the president of Kurdistan region, he is called Mr. Nejir Van Barzani. Once he said that I have been seeing the Yazidi people, they are not looking for a seat in the parliament, and they are not looking for the authority. The only thing that the Yazidi people want, it's peace, and they just want to live peacefully. That's the thing that we believe. We don't want to hurt anyone. We just want to live peacefully, because we have been through in many conflicts. So this is Sinjar city, and this is Shengal or Sinjar. So Sinjar is in Arabic and Shengal in Kurdish. So this is the places of some of the sites that the security forces that have been controlling with Sinjar. So this is not one place or not one side is controlling on Sinjar city. That's why Sinjar is a conflict zone, and all the time any conflict happens, the people are the victim of anything that happens. So this is the map of Sinjar city, and this is the mountain of Sinjar. So this is Sinjar city here, and these are some of the complexes surrounding Sinjar. So these are the securities that have been controlling on Sinjar city. So there is Yazidi Peshmerga, and all of them they are Yazidis, and also they are some of the forces they are affiliated with PKK, and also some of the militias they are backed by Iran, and also with the Iraqi security forces, and also with Kurdistan Peshmerga. So Kurdistan Peshmerga, or Kurdish Peshmerga, they are living in a small place. The number of them is not that high, because as Yazidi people, they think that Peshmerga and with the other security forces, they were the responsible for leaving Yazidi people behind, and to what to happen to them, and to if they were left behind, then the ISIS was able to come and to attack them and to abduct them. Also, as I said, that with the so there are some like parties. So the parties are coming with their like with their security, and that's why Sinjar is became like a zone of conflicts and disputes. And also, as Turkey is like the biggest enemy of PKK, and as there are some of the like affiliated committees to the PKK, so Turkey, as Turkish airstrikes, they came and they attacked Yazidi, I mean the PKK, and some of the Yazidi civilians they were like targeted and they were killed by them, and they have been like bombing Yazidi, I mean these places randomly. They don't think about if they can kill civilians, and they have killed many civilians so far, and have been tweeting on Twitter as well. Maybe Mr. Juti knows that. And like that was some of the presentation about Yazidi people and about the Yazidi religion, also about the last genocide that was happened to the Yazidi people. And thank you so much for listening. And I'm sorry if I made it a long presentation. And if you have any question, please let me know.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Farhad. That was actually a very it's such a long and troubled history of a community, and the way you have presented the history of oppression and the persecution across times, and not it's, as you have highlighted, it's nothing recent, but it has a lot of historical background to it, starting with the Ottoman Empire till the recent Islamic State, and the struggle of the people collectively has been immense, and we can only imagine the level of violence that people must have gone through over this whole entire timeline. And it's also important for us, especially in this region, because we have similar instances of. Just a sec. I think all the mics are muted. Let me just uncheck this. Okay, I think people can unmute themselves now. Okay, so as I was sharing, we have, if not the same, but at least similar challenges. Even in India, we see that there has been communities, minorities who have faced violence from oppressive regimes. We have similar instances in our neighborhood, Indian subcontinent. We see across different regions, and there are certain similarities in how this violence takes shape and how it affects people's lives, their life, not just one generation, but across generation. And there is this intergenerational trauma that they carry, and I just would like to hear a little bit more from you, since I have this opportunity. How do you see that this history of persecution and oppression, how has it shaped people's mind, and what kind of what life do the Ezidis they aspire to? What is the future? How do they imagine themselves in the future? What are their aspirations? What are their goals? Do they see a brighter future sometime soon, or is it something that they have submitted themselves to, that this is our life and nothing can change about it? What do you think about it?
Actually, as for the Yazidi people, that as Yazidi activists, they have been trying with the with other countries and with other nations, so that they can like recognize that what's happened to the Yazidi people as genocide, so that they can to be compensated and to be protected. That was happened. That was something very bad to the Yazidi community and Yazidi people. That's why if they have if they don't provide peace, security, the compensation, and if they don't bring back our children, our girls, our women, I think the situation will be very bad to the Yazidi people. As the Yazidi people, they want to live peacefully, as I said that. For Sinjar city and the other places, like it's something is very great if the both of the government they have been like if they agree on an agreement so that they can both like to be managing the Yazidis case in the places that Yazidi people live. I think if that's that, if nothing was happened or nothing has happened, I think the Yazidi people will be like forcibly immigrate from Sinjar and Iraq. They will leave it because even until this time, Yazidi people they have been like leaving Iraq because they don't think that there will be a future for the Yazidi people in this place because they have been faced more than 74 genocide in the history. That's why if they provide for the Yazidi people the thing that they need, the requirement, the orders, I think they will be state and they will be have a bright future for the Yazidi people. And if not, I think most of the Yazidi people will leave this country and like no one is happy to face genocide. No one is happy to face killing and abducting. That's why it's very difficult for us as Yezidis. And we have been saying to many places and we have been saying to many representatives of countries that please try to find a solution for the Yazidi people. And that's why even the United Nations and Security Council, they are not able to find a solution. That's why we are so sad about that.
Okay, so since you mentioned that you have been able to send representations to different country leaders or organizations, a direct question: what has been the international response to the plight of Yezidis so far? The international response from different national leaders or different organizations, the international organizations.
Actually, some of the international organizations they have been doing a great work in Sinjar city with the Yazidi people. They have been supporting them, and they have also been reconstructing the buildings and the main buildings in Sinjar city. But as I said, that the helping and supporting is not that enough for the Yazidi people. As like our case is not building a hospital, building a school, building something for a small minority. We just want to be our case to be delivered to all throughout the world. We just want as Yazidi people, we want everyone knows about the Yazidi people, and if they face another genocide, so that everyone can stand with the Yazidis, because even there are many people, there are many places, countries, they have no idea who are Yazidis and what happened to them in 2014. That's why some of them they are doing like a great thing, but actually the response is like the response that we want hasn't been delivered to us yet. We are just still waiting for them.